mobilization of youth to work around green businesses, or you can call them green enterprises. So my presentation, I'll give you the statistics because some people are more comfortable with figures, and then I'll highlight the issue that we have before us that we need to tackle. I'll later talk about what we have done as IM Swedish Development Partner, together working with our partners. And then I'll end by calling all of us to act together. So when you mentioned about inequality, I was very pleased because inequality is also a youth issue. I'm not sure whether you've also thought about that, but we take it as a youth issue because youth usually, and in most countries, but also where I come from, have limited access to, but also control of economic resources. But I'll give you figures and we'll decide together in terms of what issues really we should pursue together with our young people. Because we usually wonder as young people, I'm wearing two hats standing here. I'm a young person, but also I work with IM Swedish. So yes, inequality, it is a youth issue because according to United Nations, 16% of the global population today comprises young people between the ages of 15 to 24. And so inequality in terms of young people, but also looking at the demographic dividend that is there, age range between 15 to 24. In South Asia, where we are today, half of the population is below the age of 24. In Malawi, where I come from, in Southern Africa, 51% of the population is below the age of 18. And then I'll also speak about Zimbabwe, because Zimbabwe is also a country that we work in Southern Africa. 62% of people in Zimbabwe are below the age of 24. And we actually wonder why young people have not been in influential positions trying to champion the issues that they have, given the figures that I've just highlighted. So despite these figures, you see that access to and control over resources, especially economic opportunities for young people, is limited. And we cannot leave young people behind because half of us really are young people. And if we are to succeed, we need all of us to work together. And that has already been emphasized by Malala, if you follow her. Countries like Southern Africa, but also Asia, can benefit from this democratic dividend by looking at how best these young people can be mobilized together to champion their rights, especially economic rights. I will also draw your attention to Chinua Achebe, who said, if the lion does not tell its story, the narrative will always glorify the hunter. And we are rising up as young people to challenge that narrative, to say we are here, we are the majority, and economic opportunities must first come to us because we are the majority. Youth not only aim to propose solutions, but also we are here to learn, share, but also suggest transformative solutions because we are available to listen to you who have walked before us. In South Asia alone, youth unemployment for 2022 was 20.79%. In Zimbabwe, it remains at 12.37%. And where I come from, in Malawi, it is right now at 9.9%. So as IM Swedish Development Partner, we want to change narrative. We are already beginning to shift that power by strategizing and working together with young people to develop green entrepreneurship initiatives in the countries that we work in. One of the initiatives that we're doing is to challenge, but also address issues to do with migration. Migration affects us because mostly migration is as a result of climate change, but also restrictive policy environment that is there, but also It is as a result of limited skills that usually young people have, but also limited knowledge transfer amongst ourselves, and again, limited financing to grow the businesses that are there, that we can then turn into viable ventures. I'll highlight some of the figures that we have before us in terms of how young people are migrating to areas where they feel they are more important, but also their economic returns are huge. The Africa Center for Strategic Studies 2023 study reveals that Africa accounts for 14% of global migrants' population. And you will be shocked that in South Asia, but also Asia in general, it is 41%. So this study also highlights that migration and development indicates that young people are hungry for economic opportunities. Let us therefore ensure that the restrictive policies that are there also accommodate young people by ensuring that we make them flexible for young people to be comfortable and work in our countries. There are a lot of requirements that are needed before you register your business. So for example, I would say you're given a paper and you have to tick all those requirements that you need to have before you register. And before you know it, the business that you want to venture in would have been out of demand upon your license issuance. But despite these challenges, young people have found solutions to address them. I'll highlight five examples of how we've tried to challenge this narrative. One of it being from farm to feed to food. This is how young people from Malawi are growing soya beans. I'm not sure whether you have them in South Asia, but they usually grow them, and from them they extract milk, they extract feed for chicken, but also they rear chicken using the feed that they've extracted from the soya beans. The second one, I'll get it from India. From hills to your homes. IM partner, Mount Valley Development Association, is empowering hill-based women farmers in Uttarakhand, India, to promote agroecological farming handicrafts. I hope I mentioned the name very well. Yeah. Then SUMIP of Green Decision Labs and Research is also empowering young entrepreneurs in Nepal to build innovative enterprises to solve urban environmental challenges. Yet again, in Zimbabwe, amidst COVID-19, young people were mobilizing to plant trees, from there get fruits, and then use the money that they get from their businesses to support needed students who were vulnerable to child marriages. Young people from Malawi are turning west into briquettes, and from there they're getting money to sustain their livelihoods. So what is key, and what we see as key, I hope you also do so, is to ensure that we mobilize or involve young people. Policy development to implementation must ensure that these people are at the center. As Barack Obama said in his campaign in 2008, that there is nothing for us without us. Support systems are very crucial, and so green businesses often hinge on availability of finance, mentorship, and technical training. Most formal employment would require 15 years of experience. Green businesses would just require mentorship, coaching, to allow us to work together with them, learn from them, and then grow our businesses. So successful green entrepreneurship would then also involve innovative approaches to ensure that whilst we're addressing climate change, we're also addressing environmental challenges. So this is what we're seeing as a good business model, because by then it's ensuring that women, girls, and young people are breaking the barriers to socio-economic development. Also, government, international organizations, private sector can work together to ensure that we promote sustainable green businesses. As IAM, we believe that green entrepreneurship or green businesses, it is not just a business model, but it's a moral imperative for a better and equitable future for young people. Green businesses often promise a path for young people to create sustainable job opportunities, but also empower them as advocates of environmental and social change. One of the things that we continue to center around as IAM Swedish Development Partner is environmental leadership for young people. So we are confident that this is an alternative solution to the challenges that I've mentioned, and we will continue to work with our partners to ensure that we address the challenges, but also ensure that we restore the global environmental ecosystem, which is a challenge in most of the countries that we operate in. We will work together with other development partners, but also young people and the private sector to ensure that this is done. And so we all call upon your actions, and we are available. We have an office in Nepal, our regional office. We are available, and we can actually discuss after this session in terms of how we can work together. Thank you very much.